Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to June on the Range 2025. Michael K. Vaughn's great, beloved BookTube event where we read Westerns in the month of June. Western short stories, Western novels. I've been having a blast so far with June on the Range, as I do every year. I took a week off because I had a rootin' tootin' house guest. But now I'm back to June on the Range, and what that involves is, since I only have a month for June on the Range, I don't read Westerns in any other month. Since I only have a month, I throw a Western on the reading pile for the night every night that I can, unless I'm totally absorbed by something else, whether it's something cheerful like serial killers or the Holocaust. And I did that last night with an author that I've read before for Summer of Sport. I don't want to block the bean when she's being this adorable. The author is William MacLeod Raine, an old school Western author, one of the groundbreakers for Westerns, who wasn't even American. But boy, oh boy, once he got here, he wasted no time in experiencing the Old West while he still could. So he has bona fides. And I found last night I read Crooked Tales and Straight, which is a very easy novel. All William MacLeod Raine is easy. I don't mean that as a negative. Louis L'Amour is easy too. This is a very easy novel. You can read it in one sitting. Well, I read everything in one sitting, but you know what I mean. It's an easy thing to read. And just in case any of the gays are watching, the trails mentioned in the title are not the happy trail that you can see on the cover. Okay, this is from 1913, so it well predates most of the westerns that I'm reading, and it's a story of a young man named Bob Melville who sees a murder, but did not commit it, and ends up on the run. And this is it's a stylistic choice. I've found that William MacLeod Raine can be relied upon to make stylistic choices and just hold to them, which is great. You know, I don't mind cookie cutter westerns at all, provided you do it with heart and lots of energy, provided you keep me reading. But William MacLeod Raine likes to play around a little with the formats. I think probably because he probably didn't grow up reading westerns, so the tried and true form of a Western didn't seem so sacrosanct to him. And this is definitely along those lines. This is a very mosaic novel. It's the story, basically the through line of one man, but we get a lot of other stories in here. Of all the people that Bob Melville meets and all the adventures that he goes through with all types of different people, good and bad, in order to eventually clear his name. And the title, I think, refers to the fact that William MacLeod Raine, in this book and in lots of other books that I've read by him, really doesn't like a hard and fast line between good people and evil people. Oddly enough, he does hew to a hard and fast line between good and evil. But he thinks that good people can do evil, and evil people have a kernel or more of good in them. There's the other main character in this book is a perfect example of someone who is nominally on the surface consumed with evil, but turns out to have a good side in him. Some of you who have read Valdez is Coming will know exactly what comes from that line of writing, right? The two main characters in Valdez is Coming, one is good, one is the good guy, you're clearly supposed to root for him, the other is the bad guy, you're clearly supposed to boo and hiss him, but they end up being more alike than anything else. That is a through line through a lot of Westerns. It doesn't stay true with the pinnacle of Westerns, Lonesome Dove. It doesn't stay true because Call and McCrae are the soul of righteousness. And their opposite is not Jake Spoon, who is not the soul of righteousness. Their opposite, of course, is Blue Duck, who is monstrous and crude and thoroughly evil. He doesn't have any good in him to be revived. In this book, that is definitely true. Good men can do evil, except Bob Melville doesn't do evil, and evil men can do good, or at least be brought around to recognize that the other strong men in the story are more like them than not. That maybe it's a question of brothers fighting rather than enemies with daggers drawn. And I loved it. My June on the Range for 2025 has been wonderful. Just wonderful. I have not hit a dud yet. So I don't know. Largely the success there has been from jumping all around. I did stick with Wayne Overhoser for a while, but I don't know that I'll read another William MacLeod Raine tonight. I might. You never know. He is very enjoyable to read. But this one I really enjoyed. So June on the Range is going well for me. I thought I'd make another quick report to that effect. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to read another Western tonight. I don't know what it will be. maybe some short stories. I got a bunch of old Western short story collections at the Brattle, and I haven't cracked them yet. I got them for June on the Range. I'm not going to read them anywhere else. So maybe I'll do some of those. I don't quite know how I talk about a short story anthology, but I could try. But anyway, I'll wrap this up for now, and I will be back. Thank you, BookTube.